Remarkably, the political figure who is making the most sense on this subject, who has thought about it most deeply, is a Democrat who is running for president. He's Andrew Yang. He's an entrepreneur, and as we said, he's a Democratic.
Well, if you look at the backdrop, we automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Missouri, and those communities have never recovered. Where if you look at the numbers, half of the workers left the workforce and never worked again, and then half of that group filed for disability. Now, what happened to the manufacturing workers is now going to happen to the truck drivers, retail workers, call centers, fast food workers, and on through the economy as we evolve and technology marginalizes the labor of more and more Americans.
What will be the effects of that to you? I mean, that's a massive displacement of people. What will happen once that happens?
Well, as you said, I think it's going to be disastrous, where if you look at truck drivers alone, being a trucker is the most common job in 29 states. There are 3.5 million truck drivers in this country. And my friends in Silicon Valley are working on trucks that can drive themselves because that's where the money is, where we can save tens, even hundreds of billions of dollars by trying to automate that job. But I was just with truck drivers in Iowa last week, and imagining that community recovering from their income going from, let's call it $50,000 a year to much, much less than that catastrophically, it's going to be a disaster for many, many American communities.
Donald Trump is not the disease, he is a symptom. He's a manifestation of this automation wave that's now ripping through our economy.
30% of Main Street stores and malls are going to close in the next 4 years because Amazon's sucking up $20 billion in commerce. And Amazon's going to pay zero in federal taxes in terms of value coming back to communities. So here I am helping create hundreds, thousands of jobs, and then you see that tens of thousands of jobs are going to get lost in the other direction. 2.5 million call center workers in the US making $14 an hour. How long before AI can do that job? 3.5 million truck drivers in this country, 94% men, and 7 million work at truck stops, motels, and diners. I realized that there's this tidal wave coming the other direction and that no one was doing anything about it. That our country was actually scapegoating immigrants for problems immigrants have virtually nothing to do with. And that it's the fact that technology is pushing our economy right now we're in the midst of the greatest economic and technological transformation in the history of our country, what experts are calling the fourth industrial revolution. And our political figures are completely absent on this. When's the last time you've heard a politician say the words fourth industrial revolution? Never. This is the first time, and I'm barely a politician.